हाँ रिकॉर्डिंग रोलिंग रोलिंग रोलिंग। अच्छा ये
Organizing committee chairs, Professor Anurag Sharma ji. वापस धीरे से स्टार्ट करो, साउंड दो थोड़ा। आप दोनों साथ देखो लेसी वो सेकंड रो भी खाली पड़ी है देखो ये दोनों साथ बैठे इनको उठाओ लेफ्ट राइट खाली करो Good morning, Honorable Chief Guest, Organizing Committee Chairs, Professor Anurag Sharma ji, Professor A.K. Sharma ji, Professor Naveen Mathur ji, galaxy of the professional experts from the different domains, brothers and sisters. Namaste Sadavat Saleh Matrbhumi. It's truly an honor and pleasure to be here virtually in this scholarly gathering of top-notch leaders of entrepreneurship and management with a special reference to the society. Although I am not from the domain, but as an IT professional and digital diplomat, I'll try to express my views on the topic. Advance apology that I could not join you in person. My topic of the talk is social entrepreneurship, a global view of technological society and practices. As we are aware that change is the universal law of the nature. Everything changed with respect to the time. In 475 BC, Heraclitus Ephesus says that nothing is permanent in this universe except change. The only permanent in this universe is the change. Technology, business, governance, society, each and every entity is changing with respect to the time. And after the corona and before the corona, this change is typically challenged by the multilateral factors. I usually call as AC and BC era. AC is not after Jesus Christ and BC is not before Jesus Christ. Rather, AC is after Corona and BC is before Corona. 20 years ago, the future change means decade, half of a century or a century. But today, this change is here and now because of critical time complexities. To achieve the desired goals of social entrepreneurship, we need to be techno-savvy. We have seen technology-driven business or business-driven technologies in last 2 decades. And today we are shifting from this paradigm to another emerging paradigm, and that is called society-driven business and business-driven society. And United Nations goal is based on certain models. Being an associate with the United Nations, I would like to give some of the most important highlights and initiatives taken by United Nations. If we talk about the Indian youth and social entrepreneurship, they are hardcore techno-savvy and playing a pivotal role in social service startups. Today, almost or approximately 5.3 billion users are connected to the internet worldwide, which amounted to its around 65.7% of the global population. And therefore we can understand that internet is playing a vital role for societal and economic developments. As a technocrat and digital diplomat, I will try to talk more on the societal aspects of technology and technological aspects of the society and its disruptions. Today, internet is not only for the geeks, but it is only accessible to everyone. It has abolished the barriers of the digital divide and digital divide both across the world under the different mission and initiatives of different agencies. And with the thousands of of people contribution to the social entrepreneurship, we are now observing dramatical changes on the ground in reality. Look at an example that I usually give in my press meets. With the 5,000 mobile and 50,000 rupees charge, you can do any business in any corner of the world. Because this is a new paradigm shift in which internet is providing with the facility of doing the business boundaryless. Because internet is playing a catalytic role, the power of the technology. It has another side as well. Using the same mobile and same 50 rupees recharge, you can create any disaster in any corner of the world, because banduk has a range, missile has a range, bomb has a range, but internet is rangeless. So this is on your plan and policy, that how you want to use this internet for constructive purpose or the destructive purpose. Today, India's broadband-based internet has jumped from 118th position to 43rd position in the world ranking. It is because we have a powerful leadership under the powerful Prime Minister, Mr. Narendra Modi. In 2014, India had changed the problems of 2G. Mane 1G for Prime Minister before 2014 and another 1G is for Super Prime Minister before 2014. And we are running thousands of initiatives, powerful projects in India today under the new regime that is Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Look at our educational institutions. We are running thousands of academic and research institutions in Bharat, and their working model is based on the academic and research only. The third dimension or the third tier of this three-tier architecture is almost missing. And that three-tier architecture's third tier is community services, societal services. It is either missing in some of the institutions or it is totally a weak system or weak component or weak entity. It is clearly observed in Bharat that we are ignoring a very important tier of this educational ecosystem, and that has social services or the community services, which can not only change the societal status from developing to the developed society, but also contribute to the GDP of the country. Our academic tier still needs to be aligned with the global standards upon preserving our knowledge tiers and knowledge legacies. Our research tier needs to be transformed from formality-based research tier to the need-based implementable research tier. And therefore, we can say that we need to rethink, reevaluate, and redesign our educational systems as well. We have learned professors here. They know better than me, but maybe they might be facing some of the challenges that government and other organizations need to elevate. As a United Nations associate, we have always talked about inclusion issues of the society. For me, as a professor and scientist and digital diplomat, inclusion can provide real democracy in every system of governance, management, administration with technology flux. But social exclusion in governance, management, administration, technology may destroy the soul sanctity of the democratic ecosystem of the technology. So we need to understand, and we have to make the policy and the policy frameworks accordingly. We talk about the environment clearance. We talk about the ethical clearance. We talk about the human clearance. but we never talk about the social clearance. I was there in China in 2017 for a keynote speech in Beijing. And there I delivered a keynote speech in which I mentioned that a company, Foxconn, in China, one evening turned out 65,000 employees and replaced by 6,500 robots. And after 6 months, when they evaluated the performance of the company, they found that 200% productivity was increased and 78% defect rate of the products were decreased. In this particular scenario, upcoming technology like AI, quantum computing, quantum AI, ChatGPT, Google Bot, and other large language models would be able to snatch our jobs. They will provide another fold of challenges. So are we prepared for those challenges? In societal entrepreneurship, we have to think over it. Because business people are only for the business, not for the welfare. And we have to force them. We have to counsel them. We have to ask them to change their perception and shift from only business to the societal business. Social enterprise is a newly emerging paradigm in the world. It needs strong support to alleviate the emerging challenges and disruptions of the technology. April 2023, the United Nations General Assembly agreed its first resolution on the social and solidarity economy. The resolution adopted at a meeting in New York and encourages member states and the financial institutions to promote and support the work of the social entrepreneurship, social cooperatives, and others to achieve the sustainable goals or sustainable development goals. You will not believe the resolution was presented to the United Nations General Assembly by Yolanda Diaz and adopted by consensus without even voting. How the topic is important. This pioneering resolution offers the tools to confront the great challenges that humanity faces. The resolution is aimed to reduce the inequalities and the protection of the environment. Saving the protection of the environment or saving the environment. An economy that's more democratic, more rooted in its territory is more sustainable as far as my observation is concerned. So look at Facebook, Zoom, Google Meet, WhatsApp. For me, these are the truly social service enterprises and the platforms because they were established with the sole sensitivity of the free computing, communication, and collaboration models. They have two models today. Earlier, they were having only a single model, that is freemium. But nowadays, they have the premium model. Freemium model is free for the society. Premium model is paid for the business. And today, using these platforms based on internet, you can start and initiate any business and you can do it across the world. But they are very smart because your data is crude oil for them. They know more than your 100 parameters, more than 100 parameters once you open an account. And share these data to the companies. You are happy with the premium services, they are happy with the premium data they collected and providing to the different companies based on the premium model. So United Nations Youth Social Enterprise and the 2030 Agenda seeks to contribute to the understanding of how youth social entrepreneurs can both support youth development and help accelerate the implementation of sustainable development goals. And they are truly taking the support and the services of these social medias based on internet. I have seen this in many countries. We develop projects, plans, policies, frameworks, models, ontology, schemes, programs for sustainable social upliftment with profits and without profits under United Nations schemes. Many youth have made their career in United Nations voluntary organizations. And in India, we have a Jugaad model. And once upon a time, I talked about the Jugaad in a meeting. Jugaad model is nothing, but actually, it's an indigenous technology model, which is a sophisticated model, but never articulated and published in using the sophisticated language. It has certain science, certain engineering, but not well articulated and well published. And therefore, still it is not well publicized in the world. We need to provide them support to such ideas and initiatives to grow. Social sector needs to focus on diluting the divides and divides. Divides and divides. Digital divide, digital divide. Technology divide, technology divide. Internet divide, internet divide. Economic access divide, economic access divide. I am also a social entrepreneur because in 2005 I developed a job search engine for Government of India. And it was covered by the PC Quest International magazine as a cover story. And was nominated by the Technological Award by Government of India in 2006. And therefore I can understand what is the perception and the paradigm in this particular domain. But I am not expert like you people. We have to ensure the equal opportunity and equal participation and equal rights for every individuals to access all these facilities. And therefore, in a nutshell, I want to say that we need to support the technology, use the technology with not only business perspective, but also with the perspective of the society. We say that दुनिया खूबसूरत भी है और खतरनाक भी. But if you design the world according to the social and human perspectives, it will be खूबसूरत. In other way, it will be dangerous. So it is up to you how you design the world, how you design your life, how you design your systems. And finally, I want to say that society is not away from the technology and technology is not away from the society. Both are complement to each other and therefore they must grow parallelly with the human perspective. Thank you very much for inviting me and providing this opportunity to interact with you in virtual mode. Hopefully, I have given the message based on my experience and it will be useful for the scholars and it provides a new idea, new catalytic idea to redesign, redevelop and re-establish the existing system with my views. Thank you very much. All the best, and I wish you a grand and great success of this event. Thank you. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.
ये हमारे लिए अमेरिका से मैसेज आया है. हम लोग कोशिश कर रहे थे कि हम लोग ऑनलाइन ले लें, चूँकि टाइमिंग हमारा आपस में मैच नहीं कर रहा, इसलिए हम लोग रिकॉर्डिंग पे किया. और इस पर एक्सपर्ट कमेंट के लिए मैं रिक्वेस्ट करूँगा प्रोफेसर एडी सावंत सर से कि वो एक्सपर्ट कमेंट करेंगे हमारे बीच.
No, I shall be giving comments limited to our mission of Prime Minister Swachh Bharat Abhiyan. This is an issue very important for the country because in this life, the production, infrastructure development, and the waste generations. So that continues, and day by day, per capita generation of waste in India 0.5, 0.3 to 0.4 to 0.5 is increasing naturally. And all the developed countries have per day per capita generation 5 to 6 kg because the livelihoods are much advanced. That's not an issue because it will continue, but we have to have preparedness to manage this waste. Today's global technology, waste is no more waste. Anything that has a material, atom, carbon, anything, it can be reused, recycled, recovered, or we'll have to see that minimum waste generation. I come to the exact point now. World over, there are about 3,000 plants waste to energy alone. Then from the waste, decomposable, biodegradable, so many things can be done, right from fertilizers, cosmetic, syngas, the methane can be captured as a fuel. Dumping ground which have been scientifically closed can also generate the methane which can be captured, and the landfills can be managed so that there is no pollution, no leachate, not going into the water bodies and rivers or land. Unfortunately, that's why I'm here saying that in the metro cities, we are generating 1,47,000, that yesterday's number, of the municipal solid waste. So much energy is not being utilized. About 600 tons per day, just a combustion, if not other technology, can generate 15 to 20 megawatts per hour electricity. So if India decides like China, we can have minimum 500 plants, each one generating 15, so nearly 5 to 6,000 megawatts per hour we can generate the electricity, which will be almost equivalent to 20-25 nuclear power plants, which we cannot have because we depend on the nuclear fuel, which we do not have. We import it for our present reactors. So this waste generated, we are still not very serious about it. All the corporations in Maharashtra, there are 28 municipal corporations, not the councils, the corporations, bigger cities. None of them now, the Mumbai is starting after our insistence to have the waste to energy plant. Some in Delhi, they are doing RDF, white coal, refuse derived fuel. So the impetus for the waste management in this country, just by notifications of Swachh Bharat mission, and 2016, the government has made it compulsory, mandatory for all corporations to do perfect waste management. No leachate should come out, no methane should come out, scientific closures, and the scientific constructions of the landfills. That is not happening. So the Global Council wants India, they want to know why we are not taking it seriously. So I'm talking to the ambassador of Swachh Bharat mission. What prevents us to go in compulsorily to manage this waste, to get the material back, recovered, recycled, after the emissions are minimizing and all that, but production into the energy. If we can produce so much of the waste, we can produce some of the energy. Now coming to education he was talking about, our university is required to support very strongly, to be supported. Incidentally, I was in China, I was told yesterday, I went only for the meeting of the Global Council there, where the Council of 25 countries, US and Europe are all their members, India is also. So I represented India and told this problem. They are going to issue a letter which I could take into the government or the PMO's office. Why we do not take initiatives for this? Secondly, the university I visited is Zhejiang University in Hangzhou province, close to Wuhan. The university, you can't believe the kind of support comes from the government. $200 million they get, the grant for research. Each students get 800 Chinese dollars. For the 200 scholars are working only on energy. We are also planning to go for net zero 2070, decarbonization. But we are still using the fossil fuel. So we cannot meet and join that club to earn the carbon credit. So these are very serious issues. The thinkers, the planners, the ambassadors, policymakers have to think very seriously about this. The university laboratory is just energy department. 200 scholarships working with this scholarship for the energy, of which many, at least 20, 25, 50, are working on greenhouse gases emissions. So unless you try to catch them, we can only talk only pollution, pollution, Bombay is polluted, Jaipur polluted, Delhi is polluted, Parli jalate hain. I mean, this is a time to have to take quantum jump to create our space in a pace that we are making with the world. We want to be country to be recognized. India can do this, but we are very, very bad on these fronts. Universities must be supported heavily. The engineering department there of energy alone, I mean, it is mind-boggling. It's like an industry working in the university. And we have 12 waste-to-energy plants, 2 in Delhi, 1 in Jabalpur and somewhere. Only 8 are operational. They don't get incentive that they should. In China, equal population, but more production of waste because a lot of industries. Guess what could be the number of waste-to-energy plants? 1100. 1100. Almost equal population. The city I lived in for 10 days, I could not see 1 kg of, I should talk smaller unit, of a waste. All the streams flowing through city, they are not like our Mithi River in Mumbai. So much importance to be given to the environment, so nobody will fall sick. So you don't require hospitals and lot many medicines. Your water will not contaminate, soil will not be contaminated, food will not be contaminated. It goes in the food chain. So this India has to catch up. Therefore, our parliamentarians, the ambassadors, the ministers, infrastructure development will go on the public demand, but what I've been generating should not contaminate our remaining the resources, If all the rivers around Mumbai are just like a kitchen, and then what is, so technologies are to be advanced for this, all management sectors, university education, unless these children are educated and sensitized, this mission cannot be accomplished, So this is the issue. Other than Bilaspur, I'll just take half a minute. Raipur I was on 24, 25th. Somebody was talking, the person in a CSR laboratory, which is under Prime Minister's control. I reprimanded him. Develop a beautiful technology. It's called froth flotation. Those are science and engineering doing. In a froth flotation, you can, by missiles, collides, you can collect all the waste, treat the waste. So I said, you are publishing paper, getting promotions, but this technology developed by the government laboratory, CSR, this to be made compulsory to all cities, corporations, the tree waste are to be treated. Our brother yesterday was talking, he is using natural dyes and he is in trouble. That the Pollution Control Board is bothering him. The dyes are not toxic, but at least to look good, the decomposition degradation can be done by such missiles, collides, by froth flotation, so there will be no dirt looking around at least. Though they are not toxic, we want aesthetically also looking clean. So these are the small things at a small level. If somebody is using natural dyes against or organic dyes, inorganic dyes, they're very toxic and harmful. And we're talking on research of the decomposition degradation. So these are the issues. So students and university departments must be strengthened. Huge funding must be given to the scholars. Instrumentation you cannot compromise to make them compatible to the global level. And then only technologies will be developed which can be applied to, and they should be sensitized by meetings like this. Because in this, all this, there is business. There is entrepreneurship. At every aspect, from transport to the collections to the selling to the reagents, metal scraps, recycling, making salts, everything. Any metal scrap you can collect, segregate, use respective chemical or acid and convert into the salt. Copper to copper sulfate, it has a market. Chromium to dichromate. Okay, cobalt to cobalt chloride. These are also very good dyes also. Iron to iron sulfate is very much in demand. Aluminum is the alum required for water purification. So this can be developed in a very small vessels, containers of various size. So when you do this, I was talking yesterday, social entrepreneurship, that any action that will benefit the society and also sustainable. अब पैसे कहाँ से लाऊं ऐसे ना होना चाहिए. 1 किलो आलम बनाए किसी घर को देना है तो भाई 5 रुपए दीजिए, 10 रुपए दीजिए, and you sustain. So it has to be compost का बनाए, compost good for garden fertilizers, sell it at 2 rupees, 5 rupees a kg, much cheaper than chemical fertilizer. So they can sustain. So this is how it has been. Somebody was talking yesterday, the tourism she wants to start. Start ecotourism, education tourism, collect the school students, meet the principal, headmasters, take the children, show them what is around, gardens, agriculture, soils, river, flora, fauna, vegetation, floriculture, agriculture, harvesting, post-harvesting, technology, losses of food grain. In giving this knowledge is an innovative education. Charge them something and you get 10 rupees more than expenses. Use that money to develop your infrastructure of tourism. So you're educating them, social entrepreneurship, they will know how to manage agriculture in the West, water conservation, and you also have the entrepreneurship in a social, the society is benefiting at large. So this concept you must get into. So therefore this Swachh Bharat mission is a very, very good agenda, but it has to go to the scientists and bureaucracy should not sit over it, because I am taking one issue with Delhi government, corporation and the Electricity Regulatory Authority. We are questioning them, why you are not giving the minimum price to the per unit of electricity generated in Narela, Baula and other places. Delhi Electricity Corporation, I question, I have filed a petition there by West to Energy Global Council. And Parliament Committee has decided some, even that much they are not ready to give. Then somebody, producer, I have product, I must get my price. And as it is expensive technology, 600, 700 crores are required to make up your investment. It takes 7-8 years. So you can't charge very heavily. Electricity power units are decided. So it takes time to recover. And when that is not happening, industries are not coming to go into the waste to energy. I was telling China has 1100 plants. We have 12, only 8 are operational. Against 1100, and when we generate 1,47,50,000 of the municipal solid waste, is spoiling our land, air, adding to the pollution, methane generation, everything. So he was talking about, as the ambassador of Swachh Bharat mission, you must impress upon the policy makers that why not India is able to do it. When you can do anything, kind of tonnage, trans harbors and everything. Even the subsidies or incentive to be given to the industries must flow, not just said it. The tariff decided by the Parliament Committee should be allowed to be, So this is the issue. I am very seriously concerned about the waste management, because 125-year-old legacy waste of Mumbai, waste caste of Mumbai. 3 generations are living on those, separating. The moment the dumper comes in there with the waste, they jump upon it, like people jump for water. They take out the valuables. 3rd generation living on that. One girl, student, wrote a novel on that, West Coast of Mumbai. And in Europe, she got 3-4 prizes, showing how India is bad. It becomes good reading material for the developed countries. And daughter of the commissioner. So this is at backseat. Swachh Bharat mission, we collect the kachara waste. But what next? The technology has to come in a place, and the media has to play a very great role. Ask questions why China can operate. How do they manage waste? When I don't see 1 kilo of the waste in a Hangzhou or Zhejiang University campus, 200 scholars working on energy and GHG. And very proudly we say we harvest or produce 700 million tons of coal. What happens to the methane of that coal? What happens to fly ash? So we want to have serene land, water bodies and everything, good environment. No point in shouting, Delhi pollution hai, Parli jalate hain. But look at thermal power stations. Look at the Mumbai builders lobby. They're very close to the power. Pollution Control Board don't act. Activists are not heard. So on environment issue, they shouldn't be compromised. I told the DAE chairman, you are fighting, struggling so much, and permissions from IAEA Vienna to get the nuclear fuel. Barely were able to manage 11 reactors. When Europe has gone 87% nuclear, ये कचरे को जला दीजिए. We can have at least 500 plants, each one producing 15-20 megas, over 6,000 you can generate from kachra every day. And it will save the land. River body, go at the Kalyan, the whole thing is dumped on the river Kalu. And upstream it has a dam. And now when it comes to city, it's like a kitchen. You can't see it's the water. Everything, Amarnath, Kalyan, Dombivli, they're all dumping everything there. The river has lost its character completely. You can't see a fish in that river. And it goes to Arabian Sea, the big ocean takes everything into the body. But the life on that river is lost. So this could have been done, so the no leachate, heap a mountain of dump on the Kalu river near Kalyan with historic site fort, the leaching out. So I just said, I'll say that message can go to the Swachh Bharat ambassador, mission ambassador, and they should come seriously on this. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Savan sir, for discussing the issues in further detail. And so now we'll begin with the proceedings of day 2 of the ongoing international conference on social entrepreneurship, introspection, and future strategy. So as we all know that on day 1, we witnessed the presence of various eminent personalities from different walks of life, be it academia, journalism, environment, conservation of ecosystem, culture, heritage. So today as well, on day 2, we will further enrich our minds listening to visionary entrepreneurs from different arena. We also have the guests from day 1 to further guide us, motivate, and address the concerns if any. So now let's begin the day, and I request the respected dignitaries to please grace the dais. Padma Shri Sundaram Verma ji, Shri Wangchuk Shamshu ji, Professor A.D. Sawant sir, and Chatar Singh Jam sir. Please. Coordinator Professor Anurag Sharma sir and Convener Ashutosh sir. Please. Okay, Sundaram sir is on the way. so till then I request Anurag sir to kindly give a brief description of day one, the speakers we had yesterday and the topics we discussed. Till then, Sundaram Verma sir shall arrive. Please, sir.
Very good morning, all of you. Respected Professor A.D. Sawan sir, Wangchuk Sumuk ji, Chhattar Singh ji, Professor Ayanjit Sen sahab, Mihir ji, Mihir Gautam sahab, Professor Anil Mehta sahab, सभी शिक्षक साथी और पार्टिसिपेंट डेलीगेट्स, जैसा कि कल इनॉग्रल सेशन में प्रोफेसर सावंत साहब ने इस पूरे सेमिनार के 2 दिन का जो डिस्कशन है उसकी एक हमको बेस दे दिया था कि हम 2 दिन में क्या करने वाले हैं। न केवल उसका इंट्रोस्पेक्शन पे उन्होंने डिस्कशन किया, बल्कि फ्यूचर स्ट्रेटजी को लेके भी हमको बहुत सारे प्लान कि किस तरह से हम अभी जो समस्याएं आ रही हैं इनको हम खासकर हाउ वी कन्वर्ट वेस्ट इनटू द वेल्थ, ये एक बहुत बड़ा इशू है कंट्री को। सर का कल मैंने एक अलग डायमेंशन में मैंने इनको देखा कि हम इनको बीइंग ए एकेडमिशियन, बीइंग ए साइंटिस्ट, एक बीइंग एडमिनिस्ट्रेटर, हमने सब तरह से देखा कर, लेकिन जब मैंने सुना तो बीइंग एन एक्टिविस्ट भी कल मैंने आपको कि बॉम्बे में आप किस तरह से सड़क पर और सरकार के विरुद्ध आपने जो अभियान चलाए, चाहे वो कोर्ट में गए या कहीं भी जाके, और अल्टीमेटली उसका सॉल्यूशन दिया। सर ये देश इस तरह की जो आप काम कर रहे हैं उससे उऋण नहीं हो सकता है, क्योंकि ये आज की हम सबको ज़रूरत भी है। और कल जो चिंता लक्ष्मण सिंह जी ने और सेकंड सेशन में छतर सिंह ने जाहिर की कि अचानक अगर कुछ हो गया कंट्री में, कोई भी मिस हैपनिंग हो गई, तो फाइनली ये पानी कहाँ से आएगा। ये सारी चिंताएं आप लोग जो जाहिर कर रहे हैं, और ये युवा देख रहा है आपको सब, क्योंकि आने वाली सारी जिम्मेदारियां इस युवा पर ही है। कल के जो सेशन में, मॉर्निंग सेशन में जो मिहिर गौतम साहब ने आप लोगों ने अटेंड किया कि सोशल मीडिया के विभिन्न डायमेंशंस को उन्होंने कवर किया कि किस तरह से आज का टेलीविज़न और न्यूज़पेपर इस करंट सोसाइटी में जहां हर किसी के पास मोबाइल है और वो उसकी कनेक्टिविटी भी इंटरनेट से लगातार वो एक्सेस हो रहा है, ऐसे में टेलीविज़न और प्रिंट मीडिया का रिलेवेंस धीरे धीरे कम होता जा रहा है और सोशल मीडिया का रिलेवेंस बढ़ता जा रहा है। तो एक नया डायमेंशन उन्होंने आपको बताया कि हम सोशल मीडिया के थ्रू किस तरह से हम एम्प्लॉयमेंट जनरेशन भी कर सकते हैं और अपनी बात एटलीस्ट पूरी, अब तो सोशल मीडिया इस तरह से पूरी दुनिया में अगर आपके फॉलोअर हैं तो आपने इधर बात हुई और पूरी दुनिया में फैल गई 1 ही मिनट में। तो इसके डायमेंशन को लेके आपने कल बड़ा सारगर्भित इनका व्याख्यान था। सेकंड सेशन में हमारे प्रोफेसर अयनजीत सेन साहब ने मीडिया मैनेजमेंट को लेके जो डायमेंशंस हमको बताए अलग अलग, कि आजकल हो क्या रहा है कि स्पेशलाइजेशन के इस दौर में जो मीडिया मैनेजमेंट एक अलग ही ब्रांच बन के आ गई है। मीडिया में क्या है कि मीडिया में 2 तरह के लोग हैं, एक तो जो मीडिया के लोग हैं जो रिपोर्टर्स हैं, जर्नलिस्ट हैं, कॉरेस्पोंडेंट्स हैं, और दूसरे जो मीडिया मार्केटिंग कर रहे हैं, क्योंकि मीडिया में मार्केटिंग वाला एस्पेक्ट भी अपने आप में इम्पोर्टेंट एस्पेक्ट है। क्योंकि अगर अखबार और चैनल उसके अगर व्यूअर या आजकल तो कंज्यूमर हो गए पाठक से, अगर वो नहीं होंगे तो अल्टीमेटली ये सब चलेंगे कैसे। तो इन्होंने एक नया डायमेंशन जिस पे बैनेट यूनिवर्सिटी काम कर रही है कि हम ये मैनेजमेंट में डिग्री दे रहे हैं मीडिया मैनेजमेंट, कि जो मीडिया मैनेजमेंट के लोग हैं वो मीडिया को भी समझें और मैनेजमेंट के मार्केटिंग एस्पेक्ट को भी समझें। इस तरह का कॉम्बिनेशन बना के इन्होंने एक कोर्स कंट्री में शुरू किया है। शायद ये कोर्स 2-4 जगह ही चल रहा है और आप इसको पूरा मैनेजमेंट को देख रहे हैं। आपने सर जो कल डायमेंशन हमारे स्टूडेंट्स को दिए वो वाकई में एक नया डायमेंशन है, नया फील्ड है, जिसमें आने वाले समय में काफ़ी एम्प्लॉयमेंट की संभावनाएं निकल कर आ रही हैं। कल के हमारे एक सेशन में RS सोहेल साहब, जो इंडस्ट्रियलिस्ट भी हैं और खुद भामाशाह भी हैं, एग्रो बेस इंडस्ट्री पे उनका काम है, खासकर वो उनकी फ्लोर मिल की जो मैन्युफैक्चरिंग यूनिट्स हैं उनकी। अभी उन्होंने जयपुर में एक जगह, सर सावंत सर, उन्होंने जयपुर के किसी मॉल में मैं गया तो उनकी एग्रो बेस वो वहाँ फ्लोर मिल लगी हुई थी, ऑटोमेटिक प्लांट था, जिसको जितना आटा चाहिए, जिस तरह का आपको कोई भी मिलेट हो, कोई भी हो, सारे उसमें डले हुए हैं। गेहूँ भी है, बाजरा भी है, जो है चना है, सब तरह के। और आपको 2 किलो चाहिए तो आप उसमें कॉइन डालिए, वहाँ से कॉइन ले लीजिए परचेज करके, तो आपको 2 किलो आटा वो तैयार पैक करके बाहर आ जाएगा। इस तरह के यूनिट्स वो ऑल ओवर इंडिया सभी बड़े बड़े मॉल्स में लगा रहे हैं। इस पे उनको पेटेंट भी मिला है, वर्ल्ड वाइड उनका ये एक्सपेरिमेंट चल रहा है। तो इस तरह के उन्होंने एक नए एवेन्यू सर्च किए हैं कि जिससे कि आपको फूड ताज़ा मिले खाने को। और उनका एक NGO है, वो अभी प्लान कर रहा है कि स्कूल में बच्चों को, जो अभी सबसे ज़्यादा प्रॉब्लम आ रही है कि बच्चा सुबह जब 6 बजे 6:30 बजे घर से निकलता है, जब उसकी मदर उसको लंच पैकेट देती है तो वो जल्दबाजी में उसको मैगी, ब्रेड और जो भी पराठा बना के देती है, और जब उसका खाने का टाइम आता है 10 साढ़े 10 बजे, जब तक कि वो ठंडा हो चुका होता है, बच्चा उसको खा नहीं पा रहा। इसलिए उन्होंने इस तरह का एक NGO शुरू किया है जो फूड एट, जब उनका रेसेज हो तो उस समय वो प्रोवाइड करे। तो पूरे के पूरे स्कूल्स को उन्होंने इस तरह के कॉन्टैक्ट ले रहे हैं कि जहाँ जो डिमांड है उनकी, आपको गर्म फूड 10 बजे, जैसे मान लीजिए बेल हो रही तो 10 बजे वो प्रोवाइड करवा रहे हैं, जिससे बच्चे का इंटरेस्ट भी बना रहे। और तो इस तरह वो एक सोशल एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप का पार्ट ही है उनका, वो उस पर काम कर रहे हैं। कल लक्ष्मण सिंह जी आपके बीच आए थे। लक्ष्मण सिंह जी पद्मश्री भारत सरकार से 2023 में उनको ये सम्मान मिला, और उन्होंने जो रिमार्केबल काम किया, पानी पे तो उनका काम है ही, लेकिन वो कल वो बात शायद कहीं मिसिंग थी। अगर आप लापोडिया गांव जाएंगे, यहाँ से लगभग 70 किलोमीटर दूर है, लापोडिया गांव में कोई भी किसी भी घर के सामने, ये उस गांव की खासियत है कि अगर आप वहां गए तो आप भूखे नहीं आ सकते। आप जिस भी घर के सामने खड़े हैं, बात कर रहे हैं, तो उसी घर के लोग आपको ऑफर करेंगे कि आप आइए हमारे घर खाना खाइए। ये उस गांव, ये लक्ष्मण सिंह जी की वजह से ये सारा कुछ हो रहा है। और उन्होंने खासकर गायों की किस्म सुधार के लिए गिर गांव के ऊपर काफ़ी एक्सपेरिमेंट किया, जिससे वहाँ आसपास 20-25 गाँवों में एवरेज 10-12 लाख एनुअल इनकम हर घर की हो गई। उस पर बड़ा काम कर रहे हैं, भारत सरकार ने इसी पे उनको पद्मश्री दिया है। उन्होंने अपनी बात रखी, आपको आने वाले भविष्य को लेकर किस तरह से चिंताएं उन्होंने व्यक्त की, बहुत सारी बातें उन्होंने शेयर की। इसके अलावा कल के सेशन में सुबह जब डायरेक्टरेट कॉलेज एजुकेशन से कमिश्नर सुनील शर्मा साहब आए थे, उन्होंने अपनी जो, क्योंकि वो खुद शेखावाटी से रहने वाले हैं, और ये बात मैं भी अक्सर जब मुझे मौका मिलता है तो मैं बोलता हूँ कि अगर आप बात करेंगे कि हिंदुस्तान का सबसे समृद्ध राज्य कौन सा है, तो आज के टाइम में गुजरात का नाम आता है। कर्नाटका और महाराष्ट्र तो अपने दौर में रहे ही हैं, लेकिन गुजरात की सबसे समृद्ध कौन की? गुजरात। और सबसे पिछड़ा हुआ राज्य कौन? तो भी बात आती है कि साहब बिहार है। आज भी बिहार का नाम ही लिया जा रहा है। इसके पीछे कारण जब आप देखिए कि बिहार एक वो राज्य है जिसने देश को सबसे ज़्यादा ब्यूरोक्रेट्स दिए, पॉलिटिशियंस दिए, और गुजरात वो एक राज्य है जिसने सबसे ज़्यादा देश को बिजनेसमैन दिए, व्यापारी दिए। यानी इस देश में अगर विकास का आधार ब्यूरोक्रेसी और पॉलिटिशियन ही होते तो बिहार सबसे ज़्यादा समृद्ध होना चाहिए था। लेकिन उल्टा हो क्या रहा है कि गुजरात और राजस्थान जैसे स्टेट फ्लरिशिंग कर रहे हैं। तो ये एक बड़ा, सर अभी कुमार मंगलम बिरला ने एक बुक या बुक में कोई एक आर्टिकल था, उन्होंने एक बहुत अच्छी बात लिखी कि आज़ादी के लगभग 75 साल पूरे हो गए और हम देश में अमृत महोत्सव मना रहे हैं। उसके बावजूद भी देश के व्यापारी को ये बार बार प्रूव करना पड़ता है कि वो ईमानदारी से देश के लिए काम कर रहा है। आज भी कॉमन मैन का ये परसेप्शन बना हुआ है कि अगर कोई व्यापारी है और आपके नेक्स्ट टू आपके घर के भी कोई पैसे वाला लोग कोई भी हो, तो हमारा ये परसेप्शन बनता है कि इसने ज़रूर कुछ ना कुछ गलत करके पैसा कमाया होगा। क्योंकि इस देश में ये मानसिकता हमारी जो बनी हुई है, इस वजह से जो नए लोग हैं वो बजाय व्यापार के नौकरियों की ओर आकर्षित हो रहे हैं। क्योंकि भारत जैसे देश में कोई भी धन कमाना सबको अच्छा लगता है, धन कमाना उसका उद्देश्य भी है, लेकिन वो धन को प्रतिष्ठा और मान सम्मान के साथ कमाना चाह रहा है। केवल धन कमाना ही उसका पैकेज का एक पार्ट धन हो सकता है, लेकिन उसका जो नेक्स्ट इम्पोर्टेंट पार्ट है वो उसका प्रतिष्ठा मान सम्मान से जुड़ा हुआ है। तो इस बात को लेके उन्होंने ये चिंता जाहिर की कि जो युवा है देश का, उसको ये लगता है कि अगर मुझे धन के साथ में इज्जत मिलेगी तो क्यों नहीं मैं ब्यूरोक्रेट बनूं, क्यों नहीं मैं अफसर बन जाऊं, पुलिस में चला जाऊं, मैं आईएएस बन जाऊं, हो सकता है उससे मुझे मेरी रेपुटेशन भी बने और मैं धन भी कमा लूँगा। ये युवाओं को ये जो मिथ है इसको तोड़ने की, इस माइंडसेट को तोड़ने की ज़रूरत है कि आप यूएस में जाइए, किसी भी डेवलप्ड कंट्री में जाइए, अगर ब्यूरोक्रेसी ही डेवलपमेंट का आधार होती तो आज अमेरिका तो बिजनेस की वजह से ही डेवलप कर रहा है। इवन चाइना ने जिस तरह से ग्रोथ की वो तो वहाँ के सारे का सारा बिजनेस की वजह से ही हो रहा है। ब्यूरोक्रेसी में आपको भारत जैसे देश में मान सम्मान मिल सकता है, लेकिन हमें इस मिथ को तोड़ना पड़ेगा। और आने वाले समय में जैसे आप अभी भी जब रिजल्ट आते हैं और जो टॉपर से जब पूछा जाता है भाई आप क्या करोगे, बोर्ड के रिजल्ट में टॉपर से पूछो तो 10 में से 9 बोलते हैं सर मैं आईएएस की सिविल सर्विसेज के लिए जाऊंगा या मैं मेडिकल के लिए जाऊंगा। एक भी ये नहीं बोलता है कि मैं मेरा आइडिया स्टार्टअप के लिए लेके जाऊंगा। ये जो माइंड सेट है युवाओं को, इसको समझने की जरूरत है कि आप अपनी, हमारे बीच में सुंदराम जी पधार चुके हैं, आपसे निवेदन है कि आप मंच पे पधारें, तालियों के साथ स्वागत करें। आपको इनकी सहजता का अंदाज इससे लगाया जा सकता है कि ये दाता रामगढ़ से आ रहे हैं और ये बस से बैठ के आ गए, जबकि हमने इनको रिक्वेस्ट किया था कि सर कोई भी आप ऐसा अपना कर, लेकिन आप इनका सज्जनता, शालीनता, सहजता, इससे आप अंदाज लगा सकते हैं कि बस से आ गए। उन्होंने कहा नहीं, अननेसेसरी क्यों कोई खर्चा किया जाए। सर आपका बहुत बहुत स्वागत है, अभिनंदन है इस सभागार में कि आप पधारे। कार्यक्रम को अब हम अगली कड़ी में फॉर्मल शुरुआत करें, उससे पहले सर मैं एक छोटी सी बात आपको बताना चाहता हूँ। आशुतोष जी हमारे बीच में हैं। आज हम सब के लिए ये विशेष दिन इसलिए भी हो गया कि आज आशुतोष जी का जन्मदिन है और मैं इनके जन्मदिन के लिए हमारे सभी अतिथियों से, सावंत साहब से, सबसे, वांगचुक साहब से आप एक बुके लेके आए और आशुतोष जी का जन्मदिन के ऊपर, नहीं ये तो बनता है हमारी तरफ से, हाँ वो लेके आ रहे हैं सर, जल्दी से लेके आए। जब तक मैं इनके लिए एक भाव आप सबकी तरफ से बात मैं कह रहा हूँ कि एक श्लोक है, आयु द्रोण सुते, कि भगवान आपकी आयु द्रोण सुत यानी अश्वत्थामा जितनी करे, रमा दशरथ ते शत्रुघ्न क्षय राघवे, यानी दशरथ के घर में जितनी सुख शांति शालीनता थी उस तरह का आपको सुख मिले, और शत्रुघ्न क्षय राघवे, जैसे भगवान राघव का कोई शत्रु इस धरती पे नहीं बचा वैसा बचे। आशुतोष जी 3 बातें और आपके लिए। ऐश्वर्य नहुसे, राजा नहुस जितना आपको ऐश्वर्य मिले, गतिस्य पवने, पवन जैसी आपकी गति, और मानम च दुर्योधन है, दुर्योधन जैसा आपका अभिमान और मान रहे, और सीलम शांतनवे, जो भीष्म को जितना सील और शौर्य मिला वैसा शौर्य हो, बलम हल धरे, कृष्ण का जो बड़े भाई बलराम थे उन जितना बल हो आप में, और सत्यम च कुंती सुते, जो युधिष्ठिर को सत्य के लिए जाना जाए उस तरह, एंड ज्ञानम च विदुर्य, विदुर्य जितना आप में ज्ञान हो, हे भगवान नारायण भवतु भवताम नारायण सरस्वती, आपको भगवान ये सब कुछ दे, ये आपके इस दिन जन्मदिन दे, हम सब आपके लिए कामना करते हैं। कार्यक्रम की अगली कड़ी में आप आए और संभालें अब मंच, क्योंकि अब इसको हम इनको सुनना ज़्यादा चाह रहे हैं।
सेशन के कीनोट स्पीकर पद्मश्री सुंदराम जी आज पधार चुके हैं, तो अब हम कार्यक्रम को आगे बढ़ाते हैं, लेकिन उससे पहले मैं अनुरोध करूंगी प्रोफेसर अनुराग सर से और ठीक है, ओके सर. So before beginning the program, I would like to request Professor Anurag sir and Ashutosh sir to welcome the guests. हमारे जो आज के कीनोट स्पीकर हैं पद्मश्री सुंदराम वर्मा जी, ये एक इंडियन इन्वायरमेंटलिस्ट हैं और इन्होंने शुष्क खेती यानी कि ड्राईलैंड एग्रो फॉरेस्ट्री टेक्निक को डेवलप किया. Please give a big round of applause for the keynote speaker, Padma Shri Sundaramji Verma. आपके निष्ठापूर्वक कार्यशैली के मद्देनजर भारत सरकार की ओर से नेशनल इनोवेशन फंड के अंतर्गत सहायता प्रदान की गई. And sir has been extensively working on his initiative of greening the deserts. बहुत बहुत स्वागत, बहुत बहुत अभिनंदन सर का. We have a special guest, Mr. Wangchuk Shamshuji, who is the founder and CMD of Himalayan Heli, which is the first heli skiing service provider in India, and today it is India's leading helicopter company in pilgrimage and aerial work sectors. The company provides economical and passenger-friendly helicopter services at Kedarnath, Vaishno Devi and Amarnath. Welcome you, sir. प्रोफेसर एडी सावंत सर आज हमारे चीफ गेस्ट हैं और कल से ही हमारे साथ में आज उपस्थित हैं. वी वेलकम यू सर, एंड सर इज अ फॉर्मर वाइस चांसलर यूनिवर्सिटी ऑफ राजस्थान एंड यूनिवर्सिटी ऑफ मुंबई. We also have Chatar Singh Ji Jam, chairperson of the session, the water wizard, who is an water and ecosystem expert. और जैसे कि कल हमने इनसे सुना, सर मरुस्थल जैसलमेर के डेजर्ट्स में जिन्होंने पानी को संरक्षण किया, वहाँ की पानी की समस्या का समाधान किया, वो आज हमारे बीच उपस्थित है. तो जोरदार तालियों के साथ सर का स्वागत किया जाए. सभी गेस्ट का बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद. So now I would like to request Mr. Wangchuk Shamshu sir to kindly address the gathering. Please, sir.